Welcome to this explainer. Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're unpacking a truly ambitious and frankly fascinating framework for modern wellness. We're going to be looking at a meticulously designed system created by Osman, who is widely known as the Blind Muslim Yogi. He explores how to literally awaken your potential using ancient yogic sciences. Whether you're already familiar with things like energy healing or you're completely new to the concept, this breakdown is going to give you a really clear look at how he believes we can optimize our fast-paced modern lives. We've got a really clear roadmap today to help us navigate these deeply personal and kind of esoteric concepts. We'll start with the yogi's simplified mission, then move on to absorbing the 5 elements, dive into quantum entanglement and healing, tackle overcoming extreme health challenges, and finally wrap up with the 5-minute daily practice. Let's get right into it. All right, Section 1, the yogi's simplified mission. Osman has a very unique goal, distilling ancient spiritual sciences into highly practical, results-oriented steps. Now, what's really interesting about his journey is the sheer scale of it. He actually began his advanced yoga and meditation practice over 50 years ago. Then, a massive turning point hit. In May 2023, he became permanently blind. But honestly, instead of slowing down, today he's using various AI tools, literally just through voice commands, to write a book a week. His goal, a staggering 1,000 volumes to document his decades of knowledge. It's just wild. And that brings us to his core philosophy. He says, "My mission is to simplify the ancient, complicated science into practical, implementable steps that are also scientific and results-oriented." Notice that word, scientific. His ultimate goal is absolutely about accessibility. He wants to prove that you don't need to retreat to a cave for decades to find balance in our incredibly busy modern world. Moving right along, Section 2, absorbing the 5 elements. So his core physiological theory here is super fascinating. He argues that we humans actually aren't designed to get all of our energy just from food. He directly links different physical energy sources to the body's chakras. Like the earth element gives us energy through food, sure, but we also extract this subtle life force from water for fluids, fire for sunlight and heat, and air for oxygen. By unlocking our ability to efficiently absorb energy from all these elements, he says we can vastly improve our daily vitality to fight off modern stress. Now, a huge problem he points out is our modern environment. Because of depleted soils and pollution, modern food, even something as simple as an organic orange, has lost up to 90% of its original nutritional value. To offset that massive deficit, he relies on what he calls subtle life force intake. Personally, he absorbs the subtle energy from pure running water and raw, unsalted peanuts, claiming that overly processed or cooked food is basically nutritionally dead. And it doesn't stop at food and water. He uses advanced oxygen absorption techniques to further combat environmental pollution. He shares this really gripping personal anecdote about it, actually. Because his lungs have become so highly efficient from 50 years of practice, he literally burns through the oxygen in a closed room super fast. He actually has to sleep with the windows cracked open, otherwise his nose clogs up and he starts suffocating. It's a pretty striking example of these physical adaptations, right? All right, let's shift gears to Section 3, quantum entanglement and healing. Now that we kind of understand how he gathers energy, let's look at how he transfers it. Within his framework of yoga science, quantum entanglement is defined as the ability to connect mentally and balance energies across vast distances using only thought and intention. As a master-level bioenergy healer with telepathic capabilities, he makes it very clear that physical distance, whether you're in Morocco or South Africa, literally doesn't matter at all. And this brilliantly illustrates how he visualizes the method. It's like 2 tuning forks. A higher, balanced frequency, which is his own energy cultivated over half a century, will supersede and raise a lower, deficient frequency, which represents the depleted energy of someone who is ill. Basically, he temporarily depletes his own balanced energy, transferring it to the patient to create a solid energetic platform for their body to actually respond to treatment. Because of this, he claims that following these protocols to replenish our depleted natural energies can lead to up to a 90% improvement in health. And he explicitly notes that this high success rate isn't actually extraordinary. According to him, it's completely normal within the field of natural spirituality and yoga when it's practiced with decades of proficiency. This brings us to Section 4, overcoming extreme health challenges. So the crucial point is how Osman backs up this framework with some truly extraordinary personal medical claims. For insulin-dependent diabetes, he reports maintaining totally normal blood sugar levels for 20 years. He states he has managed and completely overcome 3 major heart attacks. And perhaps most notably, he reports independently draining an inoperable brain tumor. Yeah, you heard that right. However, there is an absolutely vital caveat here that we need to emphasize. He states it cannot replace medical science and cannot replace removal of harmful elements from the environment or stress factors. He views his energetic healing and yoga strictly as a complement to medical care. It is definitely not a replacement for doctors, getting healthy sleep, or living in a safe environment. And through all of this, his resilience is just incredible. Remember, he's been permanently blind since May 2023. But if you consume his content, you'll notice he often describes the visual world perfectly. That's because he's drawing purely from his rich memories from before he lost his sight. This level of technological adaptability and clear mental imagery really speaks volumes about his resilience in the face of some really intense physical hurdles. Finally, we reach section 5, the 5-minute daily practice. Let's move to the practice itself and see how this builds into the highly actionable part of the framework. This is exactly how you can begin this journey today, no matter how crazy your schedule is. The steps are super straightforward and, best of all, totally free. Step 1. Visit yogawellness786.com. Step 2. Download the free 5-minute yoga and meditation program. And Step 3. Practice daily. The key here is to use small pockets of time, so you don't have to fight your own mind during long, grueling meditation sessions. If you stick to this, the expected benefits are pretty profound. In the short term, we're talking within just 6 to 8 weeks, he guarantees an increased sense of centeredness, a much calmer mindset, and an overall lighter feeling. Long term, he promises incremental and steady progress over a 2 to 5 year period. This allows you to steadily evolve your life without just spinning your wheels and going in circles. So it leaves us with this. Could a simple 5-minute daily commitment completely unblock your potential over the next 5 years? It's a fascinating look at how an ancient science is being adapted for the 21st century. If you're curious to learn more, you can follow his podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify by searching for The Blind Muslim Yogi, or like and subscribe to his YouTube channel for unique free techniques. He also offers a Patreon for deeper one-on-one sessions. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer, and keep learning.